Yes guys, and welcome to another video. So in this video we've got a handful of incomings, potential outgoings to discuss because there have been quite a few rumours over the last 24 hours, quite a few little things that have been popping up here and there over the course of social media. So I thought I would cover it for you guys. So not too much drama to discuss in this one, i.e. the Alex Pritchard situation. It's not as serious, this one. We're back to transfer rumours and the like. But firstly, it did pop up yesterday, which we did not expect. I expected, of course, throughout January there to be interest in the likes of Jack Clarke, and it always seemed to be someone like a Burnley or a Brentford or West Ham, teams like that. And Lazio from Serie A, of course, pop up yesterday and apparently have a 16 million bid rejected. It come from several sources that was the case. But then there was a lot of others after a sort of hour or so of that original sort of bit of news coming out saying that we rejected 16 million. There was a lot of news saying that, you know, a second offer is in the offing, it's not over, they're really going to try and force this one over the line. But then Fab, of course, comes out and says that Sunderland have a stance of Jack Clarke is absolutely not for sale, and only if we don't get promoted will that maybe be looked at in the summer, essentially, and we'll absolutely be looking to keep hold of him if we do go up this year, which is, it is what it is. I'd be somewhat happy with that, you know, and that'd be more understandable. So I was happy with that. But then Fab himself retweets that quote. He quote tweets that one with a padlock emoji in the red and white sort of circles, red and white colours. So very cryptic for me. Does that mean, because he didn't have to retweet or quote tweet his own tweet, only half an hour or so, however long it was, after saying that Sunderland absolutely have the stance of Jack Clarke is not for sale. So why has he quote tweeted it then, not too long after, with the padlock and the red and white symbols? A lot of people read into this, me included, as he has signed a new deal. That is how you would genuinely look like he's locked in to a new deal. Or does that simply mean they're just sort of reiterating that he's going nowhere? Is that all it is? It might well just be that. You know, it might well just be that. But a lot of people going mad over that online. Then also, there was a lot of more rumours. Another Ahmad video, It's another Ahmad video. So, Ahmad Diallo, the rumour mill is still going. Of course, Manchester United did play, was at Newport the other day, and Ahmad wasn't included. There was more youth that were looked over him. So someone on Twitter did basically make a post, and rightly so, essentially saying something along the lines of, you know, Ahmad, come home, come back to a place where you're going to be respected, you're going to be loved, as opposed to being, you know, looked over when you're playing in the FA Cup against Newport. And Ahmad Diallo liked that tweet. Now, there's been a lot of times this sort of window where we've clung onto little things like, oh, Ahmad liked that tweet, that means he's coming back. So I'm not going to blow it up out of proportion. But when it's something as direct as that to Ahmad Diallo, for him to like it, there might be something to it. Either he just agrees with the sentiment or that there might be something in the offing. You don't know. We don't know, do we? But there's been a lot of very popular and heavily followed Manchester United outlets that have suggested that Diallo may be looking to go out on loan and trying to push his way back to Sunderland. So whether that's the case, and I didn't want to make a full video on it last night because I've made about 50 videos already this January with Ahmad Diallo in it, and it just didn't feel necessary at the time. But that is what is going on there now as an actual incoming. It has been, well, not rumoured, a lot of Sky Sports and the like have suggested that we have had a bid accepted for Leeds defender Leo, is it Hjelde? I'm not too sure how to pronounce that name. It is Hjelde. So Hjelde, is it? Hjelde? I don't know it. I think that might be right. But he's a defender. He was brought in originally, I think it was during the relegation scrap, and he was brought in, I think, to be their sort of left back for this season. However, it didn't really go to plan. I believe he had a couple of poor displays, and then Farker just didn't give him a chance ever since. Prior to that, he had a really good loan spell with Rotherham. Had a very good loan spell there, very successful loan spell. Apparently he was really good in the Leeds under-23 setup as well. So a lot of Leeds fans have said that there's a really good player in there. However, since they did give him those couple of starts, or how many starts, however it was at the beginning of the season, maybe even the one start, and apparently he made a really bad error, just had a couple of nightmares. They just didn't look back at him and didn't give him a chance again. And he just hasn't been the same ever since, so maybe a fresh start and a fresh environment is what the lad needs. But for $2 million, there must be a player in there. So is he a left back? Is he a centre back? Again, from what I've seen from Leeds fans, apparently he looks more suited to be a sort of maybe left centre back, it maybe in a back three, which we're never going to go for. We don't really go for. But maybe if it is looked as a left back, he's a big lad as well, and apparently, again, I haven't seen much of the lad, so I'd be lying to you if I said I had seen a lot of him, but this is just all what I've taken from Leeds fans' comments on social media, and the Leeds fan I know as well, that for a big lad, he is actually quite mobile, so he can go up and down that left-hand side and could potentially be seen as a left-back replacement. Because if you look at the minute, we have Sirkin, who, on his day, cracking player, always injured. We've got Alessi, generally, naturally, he's a centre-back, but we keep putting him out as left back, and he's constantly picking up knocks. You've got Huggins, who's naturally a right back, not a left back, but we did start playing at left back, and he's doing very, very well. However, he's injured, and he's going to be out for the rest of the season. We've got Trey Hume, who is a right back. We're sticking him at left back. So really, we only have one other natural left back in Dennis Sirkin, and he's forever injured and made a Weetabix, as are a lot of our left backs for some reason. So, or at least the players that we have been playing at left back. So that'd be a nice signing, which means that, of course, after that, we would have to continue building up the park. $2 million. It's not a fee to be scoffed at as well in this division. So there must be something about him, and it shows that money isn't an obstacle. We'd just be looking for the right players to bring in, which is what I've always said, and that's something that I will give the club credit for in certain stances. They're not just pissing money up the wall, and I don't want to see that. A lot of fans, and I've seen it, and I've said it in the past without obviously patronising anyone or anything like that, is a lot of fans equate value to quality, and it just isn't as cut and dry as that for me. Again, and I always use the example, Will Grigg, we spent upwards of, $4 million. It doesn't mean they're good. You know what I mean? I could spend 30 million on a League Two defender if I wanted to, or if the club wanted to. That doesn't make them a 30 million quality defender, does it? It doesn't equate all the time. You've got players who go out on loan, or it just depends. A lot of it depends on circumstance of how much they'd be worth, how much they've got left in the contract, or whether it is actually worth it. I just don't. It's just not as cut and dry and as black and white as that. So $2 million, it isn't a fee to be scoffed at. And it is an investment, and hopefully, if he does go over the line, he's a very good signing. Because again, I don't know a massive amount about the lad. Now, one last thing before I do go, revisiting Kieffer Moore. Apparently, Bournemouth have given him the green light to go to where he wants. So it is 100% now that we're letting him go. I don't know whether I'm pretty sure it wasn't a permanent. However, so that this is going to, sort of prick the ears up of likes of Sunderland, Ipswich, Hull. I think we're looking at him as well. For me, I think he would be absolutely ideal. He would be perfect for us. He's done it in this league before, and it just gives us that outlet. I know we've seen, Roosing a few weeks ago, he got himself his first goal. Burstow managed to force one over the line against Stoke last weekend. It's good to see him getting on score sheet, but I mean, as a more consistent threat, I just think Kieffer Moore would absolutely be fantastic when we need that other outlet, not just Jack Clarke or say Abdullah Boy, who's coming into a bit of form recently. If we do just want to ping the ball into the box, Kieffer Moore is such a threat, and hopefully we do go for him, and I'd be absolutely buzzing if we got him. But as of right now, that is all the transfer news. It could change very, very quickly. I could end up making another video at some point, although I am going to work shortly, and I won't be back until a couple of days' time, essentially, so maybe not. Either way, guys, if you have enjoyed, hit the like button for me. It'd be massively, massively appreciated. And keep on subscribing, guys. It's been fantastic recently. A lot of new subscribers, enjoying the content. If you are a regular viewer, but you haven't quite subscribed yet, it is totally free of charge. Hit the subscribe button for me. It puts a smile on my face amidst the circus that is Sunderland AFC. But anyway, guys, take care and stay jammy.